Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. Next up, we got Navajo Stirling versus Rodolfo Bellato, or as I like to call it, the city kickboxing experiment meets the tractor. One guy's coming in with the hype of New Zealand's Golden Gym, and the other guy's nickname is literally Traitor. That's Portuguese for tractor, which means this dude has never once been described as light on his feet. Navajo Stirling, coming in as a minus 220 favorite with a record of 7-0. Now, this guy's story is wild because he didn't grow up in martial arts. He wasn't some karate prodigy or high school wrestling champ. He basically woke up one day and said, yeah, fighting people in a cage seems like a solid career path. And now he's undefeated, training at City Kickboxing with Eugene Behrman, Israel Adesanya, and Volkanovski. That's like learning how to cook by hanging out with Gordon Ramsay. You're either going to be elite or cry a lot. His pedigree is no joke, though. Two-time king in the ring kickboxing champ, razor-sharp striking, and he's got this thing he calls evasive aggression, which sounds like something a therapist would tell you to practice, but really it just means he pressures you without taking dumb risks. He's patient, cerebral, and makes his opponents look like they're shadow boxing while he's the shadow. And he's not just one-dimensional. In his second UFC fight, he shocked people by hitting 3 takedowns and logging over 3 minutes of control time. That's not just a striker dabbling. That's a dude saying, yeah, I'm learning this whole MMA thing on the job. He even showed resilience, got clipped, adjusted, dropped his opponent late, and took the decision. That's growth in real time. But let's talk weaknesses. First off, cardio. By round 3, Stirling sometimes looks like me after climbing 1 flight of stairs. Against Ivan Erslan, he slowed down noticeably. That's not unusual for young fighters still figuring out their pacing. But at light heavyweight, being tired means your head starts looking like a bullseye. And while he's 7-0, his last 2 fights went to decision, so the whole finisher label from his regional days hasn't translated fully yet. Fans even booed his debut for being too safe. If you're fighting in the UFC and the crowd starts checking their phones, that's not a good Yelp review. Now across the cage, we got Rodolfo Traitor Bellato coming in as a plus 185 dog with a record of 12-2. Bellato is exactly what his nickname suggests. A big heavy machine that moves forward and breaks things. 7 knockouts, 4 submissions, and a finishing rate that screams, yeah, you're not making dinner plans after fighting me. This guy's jiu-jitsu is legit too. Black belt, international tournament wins, and submissions like triangle chokes and arm bars that prove he's not just a slugger. On top of that, he's physically strong as hell. In the clinch or on the ground, it's like trying to move a refrigerator that also knows how to punch you in the face. But Bellato's biggest weapon is his finishing instinct. 8 first-round finishes. He doesn't clock in for overtime. The problem is, he also doesn't always clock out with his consciousness intact. Both his losses came via TKO to the same guy, Vitor Petrino, who just walked through his defense like it was made of paper. That's the issue. He's careless in striking exchanges. For every bomb he throws, he leaves his chin out there like a coupon. And then there's the controversy. In his fight with Paul Craig, he took an illegal upkick, rolled around like he was auditioning for a telenovela, and got the fight ruled a no contest. A lot of fans weren't impressed. When people start using words like flopping in MMA, that's not a good look. We want warriors, not soccer players. So who wins? Stirling's path is clear. Stay disciplined, use that slick kickboxing, mix in some takedowns if he needs to, and don't gas out. If his cardio holds, he can jab and move his way to a clean decision. Maybe even find a late finish if Bellato overextends. For Bellato, it's about pressure and power. If he can force Stirling into wild exchanges or pin him against the cage, he's got the tools to end this fight violently. But if he gets too reckless, Navajo's precise striking will turn him into target practice. Official pick. I'm going Navajo Stirling. As long as the gas tank doesn't betray him, I think his striking IQ and city kickboxing polish will carry him through, likely by decision, but with enough moments to remind people why he's one of the brightest prospects at 205. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.